StarCraft 2 Esports received some big news. A new standalone event at IEM Katowice will be held, and it's going to have $500,000 in prize money for StarCraft 2. What's interesting for me is that this event is going to have an open qualifier. Normally, I can't even play in like the DreamHack anymore because I have 0 points because I don't compete in the circuit and I don't get a spot. But this has an open qualifier, and it made me think, what if I practice just a little bit more and see if we can make it? Let's begin. First opponent of the day will be a almost 5.6k Protoss player, which is about mid Grandmaster, like rank, what is that, like rank 80 or so. I feel like I've talked about it so much that I kind of started to get a little crazy about which points, relate to which rank in Grandmaster. Now, my initial plan for this was, I believe the qualifier is December 7th. And I was thinking maybe I should play about 100 games over the span of a month. It was already announced a little bit ago. I think I already played about 25 games. So 100 games a month is obviously way below a pro gamer schedule. I mean, if they were like top pro gamers making a decent amount of money playing 3 games a day, that really would not be so bad. But no, I feel like more typically they would play maybe on average about 15 a day. At least that's the schedule that I kind of had as my minimum in my days as a pro gamer. So I was thinking maybe I'll go up to 100, but my friend did raise a little bit of a concern for my mental health because, I'm recording videos in the morning and I'm going, for a heavy gym session. I come back home in the evening and then, to play another couple StarCraft games. You guys probably know what it's like coming home from a busy day at work and trying to play a couple of StarCraft ladder games. It's intense, okay? It's pretty stressful. So I think 100 games, probably not going to make that, but I still think it would be cool to at least play a little bit extra. Maybe I can play 50. Like I said, currently I'm at 25. Maybe I can make it to 50 or 75, and anything I can learn would be pretty cool. Now, I do want to ask you guys if this is something that you guys would be interested in. Now, knowing me, you probably already noticed, practicing doesn't mean I'm going to stop talking to you guys. I remember at some point I was streaming, and this already maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, probably about 3 years ago, 2020 or so, that I was streaming tournaments and qualifiers, and I would legit have to mute my microphone because if I didn't, I would not be able to stop talking to my audience anyway. So you guys don't have to worry. I'm still going to take you through the entire process and see what we can learn. Now, I do have... let me make sure that SCV doesn't die first. I have a couple... Like, there's not going to be that many games that I can play, right? So I need to be smart about how I use my practice. I don't want this SCV to die. No matter, how I have to skip explaining things to you guys, the SCV dying, that would be too much of a mental blow, so I cannot let it happen. But I was thinking I need to be really smart with how I use my practice time since I got very little games. So I think there's 3 things I just want to focus on. The first one is just going to be general skill, which is also the easiest one to practice because you just gain general skill by actually playing, at the highest level you can. This is my highest MMR account. It's not as high as I could be even with my drop in skill these days, but it's still my highest account at about 6,000 MMR. So general skill is just going to improve by me playing the game. Then the other part is cheeses, because cheeses is... It's more build related than being necessarily good. So I just need to figure out what the meta is as fast as possible and then make cheeses that can counter that. So I have like a cheese to use in like a full series or something like that, right? Like I don't just want to play 3 normal macro games. And then the third part is going to be using the Cyclone because I haven't been a pro or competing since that, became a different unit. So I'm going to have very little experience with that. And it could be very beneficial for me to focus on that unit more than anything else. I mean, this is looking like a very, very good start here. I was going to go for Banshees, but these units are doing really good on their own. There's going to be another Stalker finishing soon, I would imagine. Can I bait it? No, I can't bait the shot. Maybe this one. There's another Adept. Adepts do a lot of damage. I'm going to run away. Oh, good catch by him. I didn't think he was going to get that, actually. Okay, so this build is pretty normal. This looks kind of similar to what I would do in a macro game. Like if I was going to go for a macro game, I think this is pretty close to how I would set up. I think I have some weaknesses. Kind of to elaborate on the 3 points that I mentioned earlier, if I had more time to practice or I knew I was going to play more games, there are like some deeper weaknesses that I have that I'm aware of, but those I probably won't have time to actually, get to practicing. So one of those is definitely, I would say my biggest weakness of all time in StarCraft is, I wouldn't say the late game, but just the macro game in PvP. So if I get to the late game, if I have all my Liberators and my Ghost and whatever, I'm fine with that. But like, Kind of like when the mid game transitions to the late game, when you get these armies that are around 150 supply. I never managed to do that properly against Protoss. Like, the fights seem so hard. I just kind of end up avoiding the fight. So that is probably the biggest weakness in my entire gameplay that I would like to fix if I had the time, which I don't think I do. And then something else I would have liked to work on. I don't think I need to work about anything on my TVT. Like, I think my TVT is perfectly fine. Even retired, I still beat the second best Terran in Europe 2-0. Now, that's probably not a, you know, consistent result, but it still happened. So TVT, I think, is completely fine. But I think TVZ late game, it's not necessarily a weakness these days. Like, I used to be a lot worse at the late game than after I did like Cloak and Ghost to Good Master and stuff, right? But I feel like it's super important. Like, if you're good in late game in TVZ, you can force like every game to go to the late game, and if you're good at that, then you can have a very consistently high win rate. So I think for that reason, it would be nice to work on that. Not gonna get the chance this time, but you know, it's good to be aware of my weaknesses at least. Now, this is one of my standard pushes I like to do. The Banshees have distracted him pretty well, and now I'm already in front of his base. I do need to remember to get the interference matrix. Like, I have forgotten that one before. Gonna go up to multiple gases. This Banshee is gonna be doing a good job. This is actually gonna be... Does he have an observer here? Oh, the observer's barely gonna... Oh, that sucks. Okay, I was planning to move that one towards the main base. And then I would have a Banshee in each base, which would be super, super nice. Oh, I could have repaired that. I thought he was going to kill that faster. Okay, that's a little bit of a mistake by me. Not that bad, though, but it is a little bit of a mistake. Let's see. Is he still here? He has the Immortal as well. The Immortal is definitely scary. Okay, he's moving the Observers away. So that could be quite nice for me. Going to be able to kill a couple probes. And more importantly, this is going to give me time to move back with the siege tanks. Like, I want to save the tanks no matter what, right? Let me get a third base going. Maybe I can still save this one. I feel like the Observers are so much faster than they used to be at some point. Like, they almost always catch your units. It makes it pretty difficult. Let's see, how many workers do I have? 53. I'm pretty sure it's 50 that I'm supposed to like fully transition and make my extra command center and my extra barracks. So that is something that I can fix for the next time. I can already tell that I'm like a little rusty. Like, I mean, so far we're doing great in this game, but I'm like a little slow on like all the macro things. Like, my third CC was a little bit later there. My extra barracks were a little bit too late. I cut my SCVs a little bit too late to afford those things. So those are definitely things that are going to be a little bit worse now that I'm slightly out of shape. Also, this game, I noticed something very important that I wouldn't have known if I would just jump into the tournament and play it without like practicing, is that the interference matrix upgrade just takes too long for builds like this. Because in this game, I wanted to make medevacs way earlier, or like switch over the barracks to the tech lab over here. Notice how my combat shield is way desynced from the stim. And it's because the interference matrix upgrade takes way longer than I expected. So I cannot really do a build where I go for Banshees and then a Raven unless I'm not planning to hit any kind of timing attack, because it just takes really, really long. Now, that looks like a decently sized army. I don't think he wants to go in here. I mean, I have Stim already, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Stim just finished, right? So if he wants to attack up here, he is going to die, but he does have force field, so that is always something I need to respect. So with the damage I did earlier, I don't have to rush it or anything. I do have a potentially cool play. I could interference matrix the sentries as well. I think I'm going to use this time to move out, because I saw that he was backing off a little bit. Killing observers, always going to be nice. I don't have combat shields yet, which is going to be a little bit of a bummer. His army's... He's sticking around a lot. Okay, so the thing is, he's going to have Colossus soon, which is going to make this kind of scary, but he can't have observers here. My medevac count is way too low. I really don't like what my medevac count is at. Like, I want forward my army. Ugh, yeah, I can already tell. Like, this is by far the worst part of this build I just did. The interference matrix thing ruined everything. I'm at 160 supply, and I have 2 medevacs. Like, this is not the army you want, because every time I stim, I'm basically killing my own army because I don't have medevacs to heal them. So, yeah, at least we know that for next time, right? Like, this is a very important part. Also, you know, I feel like being willing to lose here is gonna make me a lot stronger. Oh, there's a bunch of Templars with Storm. Yo, okay, that's not the best blink. I can pick up a couple units and then back off. Good force field, though. But the Widowmice kind of saved me, and that was a good enough fight for me, I think. Like, it was very efficient. And now I'm going to drop into his main where he doesn't have energy for a recall. He does have a lot of storms, and I really am missing these medevacs, guys. Like, please, give me some freaking medevacs. Now, if I split well enough, we should be okay against the storms. Let's see. I think he has one more storm left. Okay, maybe that was actually it. There we go. All the storms are milked out. I'm going to be able to target this Archons really fast. Move back these SCVs so they don't die to my own Widow Mines. I'm cleaning up his main base at the same time. And that's going to be it. All right. Yeah, I mean, pretty nice warm-up game. Kind of like a medium macro game here. To be fair, my opponent was a little bit lower in MMR than me. He was about at that, rank 80 Grandmaster range. But even in this game alone, I already learned a lot. And this is what I have to do. I have to learn from every single game. So what's the best thing about this is that not necessarily the exact build, but the style of the build that I did this game, where I went for 2 Banshees and then a Raven. That is very typical. I really like to do that. Banshees are not a common unit, but I always like to surprise my opponents with them. But now I know that we're going to have to cancel that. We either go for the Banshees or the Raven, because else we just don't have Medivacs. Our combat shield is too late. Our Medivacs are too late, and it just ruins everything here. We were in a good enough position because I killed his third base with my first push. But if we play a Protoss that's like a little more aware, we're not going to have that happen. So we're going to change up the build. But once again, nice warm-up game. Let's keep it going. All right, the second game is against a way high. Okay, now we're already in pro territory. Gerald is probably about a top 15, top 20 player in general in Europe. Also pretty good friends with him, so it's gonna be a fun one. Now, this is not the map I would like to play against him. Actually, this is gonna be a good moment for us to perhaps get a strategy on this map. This map might be a veto. Yeah, that's for my ladder games, it doesn't really matter. I don't really like vetoing maps because you never know what you find out. You never know what you learn, but in a tournament, I think this might be a veto because, first of all, it's gigantic, which usually sucks for Terran. Second of all, it's really easy to turtle on because you have this freaking back base over here. And kind of what I said in the first game. Macro games against Protoss are really not my forte. Like, I can't play them. Like, you shouldn't be afraid of going into them. But I would still rather not. And in a tournament setting, it's obviously about maximizing your chances, right? Not playing a map when you're like, yeah, I can probably win this maybe. If I play really well, my opponent doesn't. Nah, that's not what I want. I want something convincing. It's my second. I actually have no idea what he's going to say. PVT on... Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that actually makes a little sense. Just because this is what I was saying. So I guess every Terran vetoes this map. Well, that's good info for me. I should veto it then. I'm probably not going to, but I might actually. If this game is devastating enough, I might veto it. We'll agree on that, okay? So let's see. It is important, even when a map is bad, that you look at the advantage and disadvantages of the map. The first advantage that I noticed is very clearly that this base is very droppable, right? Like, let's say we get the Protoss to a 4 base. It's a 4 base against 4 base situation. Protoss has this one and the one in the back. It's very easy to drop over this, right? Even if the minerals are still up. Like, I can even kill the rocks. So maybe that could be what I have to focus on. The biggest problem is going to be getting into the macro game decently on such a big map. That is going to be my biggest concern here. I didn't actually mean to wall this off with the reactor, by the way, but it just happened. Oh, a forge? What the hell? Okay, well, is this new? Why is there a forge there? I mean, I kind of thought he did it to wall off fast, but I imagine it would have been like a gateway. I guess he can use it later on. I think I have seen him play a game where he went for 3 base into carriers. Oh, actually, yeah, I remember. It was against Clem. Clem, the current best Terran in the world, or second, whatever whatever you think. He played this a map against him, and he went for the late game right away. So that could definitely be a strategy of his choice here. I'm going to be able to kill this pro before it gets up. Now, the hard part is that I can't scout. There's no single Reaper cliff that I can get into that base with, so that's going to make that really hard. I was going to go for a 3-racks, but instead, I think I'm just going to go for a 2-on-1 type build where I get fast medevacs. It would also really suit the map, right? Like, I was just talking about it. I'm gonna get faster drops out, which sounds perfectly fine to me. Now, maybe I want to get some scouting done. I guess I might as well check the corners of the map with these Marines. Maybe I can find a proxy. I'm trying to think about what he's most likely to do. I think it's most likely a Stargate. If he's truly on one base, then it's most likely DTs. I guess against both of those things, I could make an engineering bay, but I would rather not because it's expensive, and I feel like builds, you always want to optimize them no matter what. If you don't have to make an engineering bay, you don't want to. Like, I'm going to make it at some point, but I don't want to make it yet. So I'm pretty scared that DTs are going to show up now. I think I'm going to start walling the front. This is a technique that I invented, or not really invented. It's just that it was very uncommon. Like, no Terran really did it, but I really like walling the front just because you automatically put yourself in a decent spot against DTs. On this map, it's going to be different because the DTs can also come from the back here with a warp prism, right? Yeah, actually, DTs are... Okay, there's a pylon over there that makes me feel like he's trying to take that base, or maybe he just wants vision. I don't know. I think I'm content keeping that one watchtower for now. I'm going to send this one over here. One thing that I do know about Gerald is that he is a macro player. He doesn't really like going for like 4-gate blink attacks that much. If I was playing someone else, I would have made a bunker ages ago. But since I'm playing Gerald and I know him a little better, I haven't done it yet. Whether that's the right decision, I guess we're going to find out soon enough. Now, I have saved 2 scans here. So if it is DTs, I will be... Yeah, it's not... It's not soundproof, or how would I say that? It's not bulletproof, I should say, but it's something, right? Like if I play well enough, if I react fast enough, I can deal with the DTs. I'd obviously rather have automatic defense, like a turret with a widow mine next to it, for example, but it's still decent. Now, I do think this 2-on-1 drop could be good. I would love to scan his base, but scanning is also a little bit of a waste. I think DTs haven't shown up yet. They should have been here by now, which is going to give me confidence to just... You know, forget about saving scans and just drop my mules now. Oh, wait, did he not see that? It is possible he saw it with an observer and he countered. I think he might not have seen these drops. Okay, this could be a perfect moment over here. This could either be, like, tough if he recalls, or it could be a perfect moment. Let's see. Like, this is going to be very painful if he's playing greedy. Exactly. We might be able to take down this base. It's not going to be... I don't know how many units he has. I was going to say it's not going to be easy, but I think he's probably going for the carrier strategy. Judging by what I've seen so far, this feels like the carrier strategy to me. Oh, he does have a lot of Phoenix. I need to target these Phoenixes instantly. I cannot be spreading my fire anywhere else. These Phoenixes have to die no matter what. Oh, we killed so many already. This is beautiful. And now I'm still going to be able to get the Nexus too. At least I hope so. There we go. I'm going to kill that. I would love to escape. I think I can probably escape. I don't know how many lifts he still has. If he has enough lifts, he can kill these Marines, but I don't think he can kill all of them. So there we go. We killed the 3rd Nexus. I'm not necessarily in a fantastic spot outside of that, so I don't know if I'm going to kill one more. Maybe no, barely not. I'm not sure if this is going to put us into necessarily a fantastic spot here just for me killing that base. But it's a good start, right? Like, I think especially if he's going to go into carriers, we want to put a little bit of a dent in that as early as we can. And how often are you going to deny this base on this map, right? Does make me believe that this strategy is pretty good on this map. Like, maybe not necessarily exactly this build, but this kind of strategy where I do go for fast drops could be a nice move. I think even if we played against Blinkstalkers, that could have been pretty nice, to be honest. Now, I have Widow Mines on the way, but I don't... These Widow Mines are going to be fantastic once I get them, but I just don't think it's going to happen very fast. Okay, there's 2 Robos on the way. Okay, well, that is a really good scout. Wait, if there's 2 Robos at the same time, does that mean he has one already? Oh, we're going to be able to damage that a decent amount. That is going to take a lot of damage, unfortunately. Where are these Widow Mines? The Widow Mines are further back than I would have liked. Okay, maybe I can just bait him into these Widow Mines. So that robot timing means that he probably doesn't have an observer yet, which is important. He does have too many Phoenixes for comfort. I guess that's the best way to put it. That's a lot of freaking Phoenixes. He's going to be able to kill my Marines at some point, which is going to be very, very painful. Here we go. Is it going to work? Oh, the bait's going to work. Yes, beautiful. There we go. Let's get that one. Okay, we got one more Phoenix. That's very nice. Now I'm going to start saturating this base. I think it's a good moment for me to start building turrets. I didn't make them before, but he has such an oppressive Phoenix count now that... I don't know. If I don't make turrets, I'm going to lose all of my SCVs. Well, I might lose them still, to be honest. But I might lose all my SCVs, you know, for free, I guess I should say, if I don't build these turrets. Now, making Ghost is definitely on the menu soon. Do I want to make them yet? Like, it kind of depends on if he's going to make Immortals or... Okay, it looks like it's not Immortals because... Okay, it is Immortals. I was going to say they didn't finish yet, but they were really, like, quite literally about to finish there. So now we know. I definitely think I'm going to go for the Ghost Academy then. He does have the battery. These Widow Mines are going to be really, really good. Wait, that pylon is so juicy. That pylon is actually extremely juicy. Look at that pylon, guys. Oh, we got all of these. Now, I do need to back off to these Widow Mines if I can. Oh, let's see. He's going to try to bait them over my bio. He did a decent amount of damage, but so did I to the Phoenixes, right? So that's really not that bad. Let's see. Gonna get a couple more. That Widow Mine's going to fire. There we go. Really big Widow Mine shot here, guys. And yeah, those cannons and batteries being depowered is massive. Let me do some splits. There we go. He tried to bait my Widow Mines into killing my army, and they did a little bit, but also not entirely. I'm going to get this Immortal. and then I'll back off. I want to get it right now because the battery is about to come back online, right? So let's see how much damage I can do here. Gonna get a couple more. Oh, it is a Colossus now. Okay, well, battery overcharges pop. Let's see, can this one fire? Okay, it does kill a couple probes. Now, I can't kill anything else under this battery overcharge, so I'm just going to forget about it for now and go back to, macroing pretty much. Now, we killed all the Phoenix, which was a really big part of his play. So that is, yeah, I would say, I mean, it's kind of hard to call it a start at this point, but it was a pretty good start, I guess we should say. Now, I want to go for Vikings as well, but I do remember that going for Vikings too early, it's a little questionable, mostly because Vikings are really mineral expensive. So what usually happens, I see this mistake a lot, especially when I was still doing coaching, is that if you make a double starport on 3 bases, you get to the point where you cannot really ever get to the late game. Like, you cannot really afford a 4th command center, stuff like that, right? Like, you're just going to be stuck all-inning with mass Vikings, which doesn't really work if you're going up against batteries for the most part. Now, we've killed the Phoenixes, which is going to allow us to go for some more drops, which is really nice. What do I want to add next? I feel like it would be best for me to actually prepare for the late game and go for like Liberators and stuff as well. Okay, he does see these drops. That's well done by him. Does he have this base now? He probably has a lot of laser. Oh, wait. He's not paying attention. Oh, his army was there, but it wasn't quite ready. Oh, that is a massive pickup. Here we go. Wait, he's not even coming back. He went to clear up the Widow Mines, guys, so I'm going to be able to get in here. Probably kill both these robos. Oh, he does have the battery overcharge. Gonna have to kill that first. There we go. I am going to get both the robos, which is really nice, and I'm going to back off again. Like, his army looks pretty massive to me, so I don't really want to mess with it, especially not having medevacs. Oh, these are going to shoot again. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Yes, that is a beautiful hit. There's a lot of freaking workers dying as well. Now, he's remaking Phoenixes, and he has a fleet beacon. We saw that, so I'm going to be building some more static defenses. I did make some extra barracks. Gonna fly this one away, and now I'm gonna start. Oh, I don't want you there. I have the wrong rally. That's why. I was wondering why the hell are my SCVs walking that way, but I guess it makes sense if I was the one just rallying there for no reason. So I'm gonna get the air as well. I need some more medevacs. I have 0, right? Yeah, okay. This is very important. You cannot really play Terran without medevacs. Like, it's just... Oh, he fell for it. There we go. We're going to kill a couple. Like, without medevacs, your army just dies too fast. Like, it really just... Wait, didn't I fix that? I guess I didn't. That must have been funny for you guys to watch. Like, oh, my rally's all wrong. And then it's still just going across. How many SCVs do I have? 77. That's pretty decent. I'm going to go for a second starport now. Oh, that EMP would have been so juicy if I got that off. Sadly, not going to happen. I do need to get at least 4 medevacs. Like, that's kind of like a minimum rule. Guess I could start making some turrets outside of his bases, because turrets is pretty much good against his entire army. Maybe it would have been good to just send all of these across the map, because the building turrets here is going to be freaking awesome. Okay, he does have an observer. Now we know that, I suppose. I don't know where it is. Could have also been a coincidence, I guess, that he saw that. Okay, he does have disruptors now. That really means that we have to go to the late game. Like, against disruptors, I mean, you could sometimes make something really epic happen, like really good splits. That was something that I was pretty good at, but not quite sure. Oh, there it is. It was like right outside of range. Not quite sure if that's something I want to be risking right now. What are the upgrades looking like? So if you guys don't know, I can teach you guys something about... wait, is he not? Okay, he's coming to fight. I can teach you guys something about the Terran late game. Terran late game is pretty much making sure you get +2 air weapons. Without +2 air weapons, you can't play late game. And the reason for that is that your late game relies a lot on Liberators. Liberators is the only thing that can reliably zone the ground army out. And if you don't have +2, they just kill units too slow. With +2, it goes from 3 hits for a Stalker to 2. And with an EMP, that's 1 hit. So that's a massive difference. So what you usually do is you make the Fusion Core around the time where you start +2 attack like this. And then you get Liberator range and +2. And then you're going to have super strong Liberators all of a sudden. I wonder if he's going to go for carriers here. I haven't made units in a while, mostly because I'm not 100% sure what to build. Wait, does he even have Blink? I'm not even convinced he has Blink. Yeah, because he hasn't been... oh, let's do some splits. Hey, maybe I can kill that, actually. That's a pretty good pick-off, to be honest. There we go. We're going to kill 1 Disruptor. I mean, that's nice. Maybe I should go for another Starport. I don't really like the mass Starports, but our opponent is playing a little bit of a funky playstyle as well, right? Like, he's like mass Phoenixes, for example. I think as long as I keep like a healthy ghost count, we're going to be pretty happy. I would really like to go for some more freaking turrets. Like, those turrets are actually pretty epic. So can I get one or can I get both of them? I mean, I will kill anything that I can. This looks like he's taking a base over here. No, he's not quite. Okay. So I'm going to go for 8 Liberators. That's going to be my timing. I'm a little afraid of carriers. I feel like there's carriers building in the main. It could be like Tempest as well, but I really think it's going to be carriers here. Okay, so this is starport number 3. Trying to take it as careful as possible. And, you know, I wasn't really planning on it, but somehow we've ended up doing exactly the thing that I kind of wanted to practice, but I didn't have time for. And that is going to be that macro game against Protoss. Now, this is a bit of a weird situation. This is a situation that I would say I'm a little more comfortable in because he kind of just let me get to the late game. I still... Wait, this is a lot of Phoenixes, right? Can I maybe just... I don't think I can siege that. I can give it a try. I'll just do an EMP. Oh my god, that EMP does so much damage as well. There we go. That was an enormous clump of Phoenixes. Let's make sure I don't get absolutely... Oh, it is... Well, there's just a couple Tempests, right? Doesn't have to mean that he's going full-on Tempest yet. I thought it was going to be carriers. Then I thought it was going to be nothing. Because he was, you know, making so many Phoenixes. But is he actually chasing me? I don't have a scan, unfortunately, so I can't actually... Okay, now we go. It's only a couple Disruptors, right? Does he have more? He doesn't have more Disruptors behind this. Guys, I have so many freaking Liberators now that... Oh, I do need to be careful. No, let's get those all hotkeyed up. Let's see. I guess we can just siege them slowly. It's really annoying to go up against these Tempest, of course. Oh, we're going to be able to snipe one, I believe. There we go. He was a little bit too close there. I can also try and siege this base from the back, which is a little more questionable. But I do have Liberator range right now, so that is one thing. I guess I can put a couple of units over here as well. I think that could be quite nice. Like, I have the Ghosts, right? The Ghosts are going to be able... Oh, that was a little bit of a mistake by me. The Ghosts are going to be able to take care of the Archons and the Phoenixes. Okay, here we go. Yo, this fight looks awesome for me because of the EMPs. I'm going to get a really nice surround here. I think... Do I have enough Vikings left? I do think I have enough Vikings here. I'm also shredding his base over there. Yeah, the EMPs there were freaking epic against that backstab. Like, really, really, really good. I think one... Oh, I don't actually have an EMP. I was going to say, I want to do one more EMP, but I didn't have it, unfortunately. And now the thing with Ghost is, guys, they are not the best fighting unit, but they are really good against arm, or against light, rather. So they can take care of the Zealots. And there we go. All right. I mean... To be honest, I still feel like a little rusty. Like, the army control here wasn't perfect. I mean, it was good enough for sure. Like, the EMPs landed. I didn't get hit by any fat disruptors, at least as far as I could see. But I did miskick a little bit. I sometimes hotkeyed the wrong units on the wrong hotkey. Like, I didn't have my Ghost on 2 right away, which is where I want them. But it was still a pretty good macro game. I mean, like I said, this is a really high-ranked Protoss player, like one of the pros in Europe, right? So that's very, very nice. This is better than I expected to do. We did maybe get a little bit lucky with the early game builder, but this is very promising. Let's go to game number 3. All right, game 3 is going to be a rematch. Now, we are playing on a slightly smaller map. I don't think any of these maps are really small, but it is a slightly smaller map. And what I want to do this game is practice part number 3, and that is just play with the Cyclones a little bit. Now, I already played around with them a bit, trying to figure out like a new build. Like, I always felt like I was one of the most creative players, so... Even though the Cyclone has been, you know, patched for a while, I still think there might be some potential there left on the table that, you know, by a build that people haven't invented yet, for example. Now, I had a really cool build. It does have some problems. I mean, you guys are going to see it soon enough. So what I had is I invented a very fast 8 Cyclone timing attack, right? With speed. There's a speed upgrade now if you guys missed that. It still feels a little weird to me, but all right, it has a speed upgrade. But the thing is... Mech against Protoss sucks. So the Cyclone timing attack might be good, but how on earth can I follow up from that? I don't know. Like, I haven't really been able to crack that one yet. Like, the timing attack, it looks good, but I don't have the follow-up yet. Maybe that's where you guys can help me. If you have a suggestion, if it's just crazy enough, then maybe I will quite try it. Don't think I'll make it. He's asking me if I'm going to Home Story Cup, if you guys know the abbreviation, which is a tournament in Germany. It is on... The tournament is... I think it's December 2nd or so, Home Story Cup. But the qualifier that I want to play in is December 7th. And I'm traveling back to Mexico for 3 months, like a couple days after. So I felt like it was a little too cramped. Like, I didn't want to... You know, imagine me trying to get videos out for you guys. So you have videos while I'm traveling and then... You know, going to Home Story Cup at the same time, coming back, and then kind of wanting to practice for the upcoming tournament, and then leaving already. It was just a little much, so I don't think I'm going to make it to Home Story Cup this time. Sorry if there's anyone that wanted to see me there, but I guess it is what it is. You'll just have to deal with it. Oh, that was a bit unfortunate RNG there. Oh, I didn't place my barracks perfectly because I want to make a reactor with this build. Normally with double gas, I wouldn't do this, but this is part of my new build, right? Oh, he left the prober. That's very nice. So I'm going to go for a reactor right away. And then I'm going to swap these over at some point. Not instantly, but I'm going to swap them over at some point. Now, even though I made this build, I do it wrong all the time. So it does require a little bit of my attention. Let's see, what... Oh, yeah, I always delay the second factory too much. That's what it is. Oh, wait, I had a cool idea. Maybe I can make it work. Let's see. I had an adaptation in mind. This might sound a little weird to you guys because you guys haven't seen the previous versions. But I had an adaptation in mind, and I haven't tried it yet. Quite fortunate there that the Reaper didn't quite get close enough. There we go. Or the Adept didn't. So I'm going to make this. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to move this SCV away. Now I have to change it up. Never mind. I can't even explain the adaptation to you guys now, unfortunately. What I wanted to do was make this factory before the supply depot. Because I thought I could, but since my command center is going to be delayed now, I think I would just have to make the depot, pretty much, and that's it. Now, I don't want to lose this freaking command center. I think I might actually lose this. That's a low HP. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to cancel this one. That's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. I just want to make sure that my build flows as well as possible. So that sucks for me. I didn't really see the Zealot coming. Oh, he's going to lose the Adepto, so that's nice for me. I don't think I can... Oh, wait, I got the lock on. Oh, I barely couldn't chase quite enough. I mean, he's trying to kill my Cyclone. Can I get it? No, he's going to die. Oh, this is a tough start for me here, guys. This is really not the start I was hoping for. I had to cancel my command center, which is 100 minerals and a decent amount of delay. And I lost one Cyclone, which I really wanted to have for the timing attack. I guess we'll see how it's going to match up now. My speed upgrade is... Oh, no, wait. I do have enough gas. I was wondering, why is it messed up? Because I don't think I take the natural gases, but I had an extra Cyclone queue that I didn't need. Now, it looks like my opponent's at least not going for a Stargate. That's just... It's kind of hard to explain. That's just what his base looks like. It really doesn't look like the kind of stuff you build when you're going for a Stargate. I know that's a little vague, but, you know, these gateways, and here's a Robo as well. Like, it's just... It would be very weird if it's a Stargate. That's all that I can say. Dude, I keep thinking these animations on the map are an observer. I thought the arm moving here was an observer sneaking up on me. Wait, so he has a lot of Stalkers already. I am a little scared because he has more Stalkers than I thought he would have, and he scouted I was going for Cyclones. Now, I'm still going to go for the timing attack here. It's going to be one Cyclone late, pretty much, because of just everything that happened in the early game, but my opponent also lost 2 Adepts and 1 Zealot, which could be quite tough for him. Now, how do I want to follow this up? I do think I've actually tried to transition into bio from here. I know it sounds crazy, but I've tried, but everything is just... It comes online a little too late. Like, it's just not quite clean enough. I mean, I gave it my best, but it's just not quite clean enough. But then, yeah, going into mech also sucks. I tried to go into normal mech, like tank plus ghost from here, but that didn't really do the trick. I think what I have to do is just go for a third and make more Cyclones unless I see an opportunity to transition out of Cyclones. That's pretty much what it is. Now, I don't think going for Cyclones is a good idea, and that's where the strength of this build comes in. If this build is strong enough, you know, to be worth a bad transition, then it's going to be pretty good for us. Okay, I'm just going to make sure to kill that. There we go. And I'm just going to attack in. I do have to attack in because he's going to be able to blink away. Oh, we're going to get a couple of these. Is he going to use the better... Oh, he's going to lose the Immortal pretty fast. Oh, that is very nice. That Immortal was going to... Oh, that Immortal was going to... He's messing this up completely, guys. I'm not going to lie. This was looking pretty good for him. But then the Immortal popped out on the wrong side. And he blinked in as well to try and save the Immortal, which really didn't go his way. Now, I could potentially... I could go for the Robo. No, I don't really... Wait, maybe I can sandwich him. I feel like this could be a good idea. Like, he's gonna have another Immortal soon. That's going to be the biggest problem. Oh, he saw them. That's unfortunate. Maybe... I guess I'll just kill the Observer here as well. Yeah, I'm mostly scared for that Immortal coming out. It's going to pack such a punch, and I don't have my reinforcement Cyclones here yet, which is quite painful. And so the Immortal should be finishing, like, right now, I think. Exactly, there it is. I'm just going to run away. I feel like I would take too much damage otherwise. Maybe I can kill that one Stalker. No, not quite. It looks like he's going to try to out-micro me here by blinking in from the side. I wonder if I can catch him a little bit. Yeah, this looks pretty nice here, actually. There we go. I think I'm going to be able to kill this again. Okay, here we go. The Immortal's going to fall again. I hope for him he doesn't do the same blink again, because that would be quite painful. And all right, I mean, now we're in a situation where I feel like the economic situation is even, but I am forced to play mass Cyclones for a little bit. Like, the thing is, if someone has a Twilight Council, they can make charge. If you make... Wait, I have more factories than I thought I did. I guess I made... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, if I had enough money for it... I mean, the more you know. I just made an accident, or made a mistake, I should say, rather. But it seems like it works out. So I guess, you know, the more you know. Now, I do need to hotkey this one as well. It is a little tight on being able to afford stuff. Like, I can't quite make cyclones from all of these. So definitely gonna skip that fourth factory next time. I mean, not like I built it on purpose. I'm not sure if I finished my thought earlier. But if charge is super, super good against tanks, so if you go into normal mech against someone who already has a Twilight Council, you probably have to make an absolute insane amount of cyclones, because else there's nothing you can do against zealots, pretty much. So, you know, that would be a little tricky to go into that. I think ideally I take like another good fight, and that might give me the space. Oh, no, I don't want to lose these. That might give me the space to finally transition into something real. Now, this looks decent to me. I mean, he's over here. I don't know if he has like a Colossus or something. Colossus would be... Oh, a Disruptor? That's pretty good for me, though. If he only has the Disruptor, then he's not going to have that much. I could probably take care of this pylon real quick if it wants to die. Okay, maybe need some splitties. Oh, pretty decent, actually. Better splits than I thought it was going to be. And I'm killing a lot of freaking workers here, guys. This is looking pretty nice. I think I'm going to go into the main base because he will kill these Cyclones 100%. Oh, he's... Wait, what did he just recall? Was it a fake recall? Did he get me with a fake recall? That would be illegal. That's a mark play. Did he just steal one of my moves? Wait, I think he might have just recalled one stalk, and that's very cool. I mean, that's shout out where it's deserved, right? That is a very, very cool play. I saw the recall animation. I was like, yep, I gotta dip out of here. But then he only recalled a little bit. I mean, you do always have to leave. It's not like you can wait around because he will blink on your unit. So that's just a very smart play. A play that does not really have a solid counter. So well done by him. You don't see that kind of creativity very often. So that's cool. Would be really funny if we look at the replay and he actually recalled an army, but he just forgot to send it and looks like a freaking genius, even though he just forgot to use his army. Oh, here we go. He has a Disruptor. I know it's there. Exactly. So I don't want to... Does he have another one? I feel, yeah, he does have another. Okay, that's good. I was trying to get vision from the high ground, from the grass there. Now, I am going to go for another base. I really want to transition. I think I might start getting the opportunity to transition. I'm going to make Blue Flame. And I need another factory on a tech lab. That's what I need. If I get the factory on a tech lab, I will be able to start producing at least a decent amount of tanks. There we go. That is a bunch of zealots. His army is a little split, but I don't know exactly where it is split. There's going to be a bunch of zealots dying. His army looks pretty small, I have to say. Like, I know he has decent units, but oh, I didn't move those far enough. His army does look quite small. I wonder if there's like another attack going on somewhere, or if it's really just like those couple... Okay, no, he looks just like he's playing very economically. He went up to 5 bases pretty much. That was a 5-base Protoss right there, guys. Not bad at all. Here we go. I'm going to try to get in here, try to get as much damage. Okay, he blinked away, and that's going to give me the opportunity to kill a ton of probes. This is the plan. Here we go. Going to get a lot of probes there with this move. That was super nice. Okay, I'm going to keep moving backward. If he wants to blink on top, then I'll fight him. Otherwise, I won't. I'm also going to go for... Wait, what are you doing? Oh, you're just chilling over there. I'm going to go for upgrades and for a Ghost Academy. Let's make sure to hotkey that one. I don't think I want to be attacking with this. Like, this just seems like a really crappy army, I guess. The best way I can put it. I think I want to make an engineering bay as well, just to get turrets. Like, I feel like turrets against DTs would be super nice to have. Let's go. I'm going to go for that. Yeah, if I could just kill these for free, that's really nice. He still doesn't have charge. I thought he forgot it before, but now... I think he's definitely forgotten. I wasn't 100% sure if he did, but he should have had those by now. Oh, am I going to be able to escape here? Is there a Disruptor over here? It doesn't really look like it. Okay, let's start making those ghosts. I also want to make a planetary, of course. Okay, he was trying to catch me with the Disruptor, so he didn't chase with the Stalkers, which is going to lead to me killing even more stuff. And now I'm going to be able to get over there with these Cyclones, I think. No, that's the wrong button. I have been pressing that wrong button for a very long time, and apparently I still do that. Okay, wait, do I have rapid fire? I don't have rapid fire on here. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill that, so I'm going to cancel this. Like, Cyclones don't have that much DPS anymore, so got to be very careful with moves like that. I mean, so far this game seems decent. I do think... Ooh, I'll fight this. I'll take a couple of Stalkers there. Yeah, so far this seems better than I would have expected from Mech, and... I want to say every time I tried to play Mech a little too fast, it definitely looked worse than this. So maybe the play is actually to just keep making Cyclones until you have
I mean, it's still not going to be my favorite style, to be honest, but it's just, for me, it's just really good to get a little bit better. Okay, looks like there's another observer over here. It's just really good to get a little better with the units that I'm not that good with, basically, right? Like working on my weaknesses and all that. And that's already a planetary, so I don't have to worry about that one too much. I did lose a command center, so I'm going to try to rebuild it. I have a ghost over there, which is going to be very nice. Yeah, okay, so he recalled here already, I want to guess. Yeah, exactly, he recalled there already. That's what I thought. And now I also know that he has zealots over on the top side, so I'm going to try and find those zealots. Let's see. Oh, it is more. Oh, 3 zealots and a stalker. I mean, I'll take those. Not gonna chase that one though. I think that's a little brave if I would fall into that trap, right? Exactly. Oh, that is not a great blink. He has this. Yeah, it's really tough to go up against the disruptors, you know, because he can just every time he can blink forward, and I can never really punish him or chase too far. Now, I do have to say this map has a feature that I don't like, and it's that the watchtowers see everything. So I can never, you know, try to be sneaky or anything like that as long as he's on top of of having the watchtowers. Now, he might not have seen this. Okay, yeah, I think I just have to go for this, guys. I don't think there's a way that I can get out of that alive, so I'm going to sacrifice those cyclones. Oh, I'm going to do so much damage here. This was a really good play here, guys. And I can even do a lot of damage here, too. I think he does have the battery overcharge, unfortunately. Okay, let's just see what I can kill. I mean, I'm going to kill that base, which is really nice, right? Let's see. Is there anything over here? He does have a couple of disruptors. I wouldn't be surprised if going for liberators is still the best choice here. Not quite sure what else I could pair together with like mech units. I mean, I am trading out more and more. I'm getting more and more like quality units rather than just pure cyclones. But at the same time, the cyclones are also providing a lot of value, right? Like they're really not doing a bad job. I'm just going to make sure to actually split the tanks. If I split the tanks, the fights are going to be infinitely better for me. Okay, I have a couple more tanks behind. There's more than I realized, actually. There we go. What is he trying to kill? He got another cyclone for that. Or, I'm not sure if it's another. I think it might have just been the first one he got. Gonna rebuild that sensor tower right away. Yeah, the biggest problem is that I can't just go across with the map. Let's see. Is he going to do a recall for that? I think it would be a pretty smart idea to just go for a recall. Let's see. I'm going to kill a lot of those probes. I'm going to kill the main base as well. I think that sounds like a good idea. And now I'm going to move across with the army. Let's see. If he pulled everything back, that's going to be very nice for us. I'm not quite sure if he did, but if he did, it's going to be really nice. I got my Hellions over here. Okay, I mean, this attack looks fantastic, actually. This attack looks really, really good. I got my Hellbats here as well. Or my tanks, rather, I should say, in the back. I don't have servos yet, which would be pretty nice. Let's see if I can get like a really nice EMP. That's exactly what I need. Let's get servos over here. Okay, he blinked forward, so those are going to trade pretty efficiently. I'm going to send these Hellions to the right side, and maybe I can kill even more probes. I feel like that could be quite nice. Going to siege tanks slowly, one by one. I could use some more factories as well, but I haven't really gotten there yet. Okay, this is going to be... Let's see. I was going for an EMP. I'm also a little scared to get absolutely owned by one disruptor shot down. Okay, we might be going for a base raid here, right? Let's pull these back. Base raid would be a pretty good move for him, I have to say. Like, that might even be his best move, honestly, in this current situation. So I'm going to siege my tanks a little bit further back. Now, it looks like he kind of did go for it in the end. Probably has his... Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, he probably has the disruptors over here. Do I have units that can deal with that? I should probably be going for... Let's see, largely... Let's see, what makes sense? Probably cyclones, right? I think. I feel like cyclones would make the most sense. Maybe I can try to get on top of these a little bit. Let's see. Oh, can he? No, okay, he is doing a good enough job. Yeah, I think the fight here is going to be a little too bad. If I... oh, that is not what I tried to do, but I guess that is what happened. I just EMP'd absolutely nothing. Good thing I have those tanks. Okay, those tanks behind are doing such a good job here. Look at those tanks. And now he's all the way back here. I'm going to get a really nice EMP on all of those stalkers. Look at that. Those stalkers are absolutely struggling. I did lose, well, not everything, but I lost most units. Let's see. Can I do some more damage with these? Probably just want to siege up this one. Now, how many bases do I have available? I have a couple of bases available. It's not the... Oh, can I kill that one? Guess I can take my 5th and 6th at the same time. I do have 2 upgrades, which is really good for mech, to be honest. Now, does he have... Okay, he doesn't have that base. Okay, I feel like I might not have checked that one properly, but I guess maybe I did. Now, what do I do now? I guess I split my Hellions. No, I should split my tanks and run by the Hellions. I think... If my tanks are not too close to each other, they're always going to provide value unless we're going up against air units, pretty much. Oh, these Hellions are going to pop off. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't see these. And there must be a base here, right? Okay, he did see these. He does have a... a Templar with energy. I imagine it's not going to go... Oh, I barely couldn't get through there, unfortunately. Now, what is the economic situation like? I would say that we are probably... We're definitely ahead, but not by that much. I feel like my most important bases have been killed / are mined out since a while already. Let's see. Okay, so he's going to be scared to go in here. He might try to break it with... oh my god, he is actually going to try to break it. I have a lot of units here, though. Okay, could I... that was all of them, actually. Like, literally every single one, he used them. I didn't think it was going to be all of them. Okay. Oh, the EMPs are going to be so fat. EMPs against Archons. It is one of the most beautiful things you can see as a Terror, guys. Look, it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to kill the Templar as well. Disruptors are going to come off cooldown any second now. Exactly. Now, I'll probably bring these tanks over. I do need to be really careful. Yo, I didn't even... How did I get that far forward? I don't think that was intentional, but I guess here we are. Let's see. Do I have SCVs to mine from this base with? Looks like it. Okay. I mean, if I just siege very carefully, I think it's always going to be okay. Those tanks might get some really good hits off, by the way. If it gets like a little too close to... trying to dodge everything does become a little challenging, I have to say. It's really not that easy to dodge all of these disruptor shots. Okay, I'm just going to get closer and closer. I mean, this is his most important base, right? So I just want to make sure that I put enough pressure on this. Okay, he might try to go for this. Oh, he would be very brave if he went in there. Let's do some splits. Lost one cyclone and took some damage on the tank there. Really not so bad. And now I'm going to grab these tanks and kind of try to attack on the left side over here. Oh, this looks really nice. Yeah, that's 5 Zealots that are going to go down super fast. Beautiful. He is going to move his disruptors over here now for sure. Okay, let's see. I mean, this just looks like a perfect fight for me, to be honest. I don't quite have the EMPs, but this fight really does look good enough, doesn't it, guys? Okay, let's do some splits over there. Gonna kill a couple more. And we have done it against the Pro Protoss player once again, this time with mech. Okay, well, this was a way better practice session than I thought. I mean, this build, I have my doubts about it, but there is some use. And there's one thing to keep in the back of your mind, and it's that some players are just bad against certain styles and good against other styles. So it could be that this strategy is objectively 15% worse than what I did in the last game. But if someone is just really bad against this, it could still be the right strategy to pull out. So that's why I wanted to go for this. And now I'm pretty tired. I think we had 3-3 at a pretty decent timing considering. I have to get used to making upgrades with Cyclones because you didn't need it before. Now, what went wrong in this game? I think overall it looked like a pretty good strategy. I don't want to make the 4th factory. I think I should probably get a tech lab factory as 4th rather than the reactor because I did have too few tanks. I thought if I ever got attacked by a really big ball of units, I wouldn't really be able to stop it. So definitely want to get tanks a little bit earlier. Besides that, it all looked pretty fine. I need to find where I can add in the starport. That's the thing I was really missing. I kept trying to select my starport, make some liberators for air harassment, but I didn't have a starport. So I also need to figure out a good time to fit a starport in, which is probably not too early. I think the strategy in the mid game was pretty good. I mean, I dodged pretty much all the disruptor shots. I think the blue flame timing was all right. And that's going to be it for today. Let me know what you guys thought about this kind of video. If you enjoyed it, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Adios.